at summer camp, but we were wanting to have a place where campers were able to work a little bit more individually on crafting their own stories, and as Andy mentioned, sharing their own voices about what they have to say about the world. With this group coming in, I wasn't sure. I wanted to make sure that we were going to have a lot of time to write a lot of different things, because I know for myself as a writer, I can get really tied down with like it has to be perfect, and it takes me maybe 3 days to write 3 words. And I really wanted to teach just from the get-go that you don't have to wait for inspiration to strike or creativity to feel like it's at its height to sit down and write something. But what I quickly discovered was that this group did not need to worry about that. They were ready to write every single day. It didn't matter if they'd had a particularly crummy day at school. They came in, and after the first few sessions, we were checking in on, okay, how's this going? And they're like, well, can we write more? They were here to write, and that has been really, really cool to be around. So what we've been doing over the past 9 weeks, we've pretty much been working on a new piece of writing every single week that they've come in. So we've worked on developing character and conflict, the relationship between characters. Some of the scenes that you'll hear today, they had the instruction of, here's some relationships to choose from, and you're going to write a scene about those 2 people, but you cannot say in the scene, this is how these 2 people know each other. You have to make it all clear in the relationship between the characters. We also got what if questions from the K through 5th grade camp, and we wrote scenes based on what if questions. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go on. But at the moment, we start every showcase with a shout out ceremony, because the process and what campers did individually is just as important as the finished product at theater camp. So the way that we do a shout out, we are bringing up something that we noticed growth or we noticed awesomeness, and everyone at the end of the shout out goes, whoop, whoop. So we invite everybody to be a part of shout outs as we go around. I'm going to start with Brenna. So Brenna was definitely in the camp of, I am here to write. I know that I enjoy writing, and I want to try to tell a lot of different types of stories. And what I really appreciated about Brenna's writing is that she was really able to get beyond the plot points of what was going to happen in her story and really get into who are my characters and how can I express what they're feeling without saying things like, I am feeling sad, I am feeling happy. She was able to get those character points across in really fun and unexpected ways, no matter what she was writing. That was a real strength of showing character without telling us how they were feeling. So shout out to Brenna. Lorelai, it was a really wonderful treat to get to hear Lorelai's writing. She has such a way of taking whatever she's thinking about and channeling it into her writing in ways that you wouldn't expect. And it makes for some of the most heartfelt and just very, very touching writing. And that was something that really surprised me. It was really exciting to see Lorelai take a prompt and go in a completely different direction than I ever would have expected and create these characters that I really cared about. So shout out to Lorelai. Landon really is all about creating pieces that are comedic and dramatic and always with some social commentary. And he does a really good job of kind of knowing what he wants to say in his piece and then finding a way to kind of like slide it in. It's the hidden flavor. You have to be paying attention, you have to be really listening, but he's always got a message and he's always got something to say. Shout out to Landon. Kylan, I think, came in and was not 100% sure if this was going to be something that she was going to jump into right away. But what I really appreciated about Kylan was that she, even though she was kind of still figuring that out, she was always game to put everything that she had into what she was working on. She never gave up and said, I just don't feel like writing right now. She really thought through, what do I want to say today? What am I going to do? And she really took to heart the idea that writing isn't always about doing it because it's easy. It's about sitting and really thinking about what do I want to put on the page today. And the K through fifth graders read her what if scene, which was about what if a musical instrument was used for something other than making music. And they were just in stitches. They thought it was the funniest thing that they had ever read. And it was just really fun to see those goofier aspects of Kylan come out as she got more and more comfortable putting that part of her personality on the page. Shout out to Kylan. And Ariana is a camper who's been writing as part of summer camp for quite a few years, so it was fun for me to get to watch and see what Ariana would write when it was totally 100% up to Ariana what to write, and she wasn't constrained to what was the group writing and being a good team player. And Ariana just came up with really fun ideas. We had I'll talk a little bit more about this in a bit, but we had a monologue that set characters at the end of the world, and they needed to pick a verb. I need to blank the end of the world. And Ariana chose, I need to edit the end of the world, and wrote this entire monologue from the perspective of someone editing a piece, editing the monologue as it was going on. So just this really meta idea that was really comedic and fun. And, you know, one of the things that I am excited about from Writer's Room is creating a script library for the youth theater. I'm excited to put that monologue in the script library. I'm excited to put the scene where the different types of pie are fighting with each other about what's the best kind of pie into our script library, because as we're able to add to the pieces that our campers have written, voice, as well as what I've seen her write as part of a team in the past. Shout out to Ariana. Woo, woo. All right, Andy, are we doing okay? Oh, bummer.
We had audio for most of it.
Okay.
I think we're okay now.
Okay.
If it happens during the show, I probably won't. There we go. So
one of those things that before 2020 we would never have considered. What does it mean to broadcast a showcase while we're hosting a showcase in person? So it's always two more things to think about in that case. All right, so what you're going to experience as part of our showcase is just a little bit of everything. So the writers were able to choose, they chose 2 pieces that they had worked on throughout the time, and then I chose one of the pieces from there. So this is one of the pieces that they've chosen that they wanted to share. And I'll give a little introduction before each one just to kind of set up what we were working on. And then they're going to take it away. This is going to be a table read. So they're going to be reading their own pieces for the most part. And we're just going to be sharing it like we're all actors who are going to work on this scene. And we're all sitting and listening to it being read the very first time through. So the first piece is a piece that Landon wrote for 2 people called Crazy Old Folk. And it is based on the prompt of the need to build relationships between the characters. So I can tell you that these characters are standing and looking out their front window, but I won't tell you how they know each other or how they happen to come to that window. You need to listen and see if you can tell from Landon's writing, how do these people know each other? So without any further ado, please enjoy Crazy Old Folk.
What's happening?
Looks like little Timmy got his dog out for a walk.
I don't like that dog.
Nobody does.
I think we should tell little Timmy to get his brown dog out of here, or we'll call the cops.
Miss Snyder opens the door and closes it.
Back in my day, Timmy, we didn't have dogs. Because we were strong enough without them.
Timmy looks confused.
Why do you look confused?
Mr. Steiner opens the door.
And Steiner!
No, Bob, he hasn't left yet.
Mr. Steiner runs off the porch and flails his arms in the air.
No, Bob, you're blind.
You're leaving his lawn, Timothy.
Mr. Steiner falls over some mulch.
You're pretty strong, Timothy.
Mr. Steiner pulls out a Nerf water gun.
I bet you're sweating, seeing something as deadly as this. I bet you're running away as fast as you can when you see something this deadly. You know what? I'll count to 10. Then fire this thing so many times you won't have a chance of survival. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Timothy shoots Mr. Steiner's palm with a Nerf gun.
I mean, he got my finger.
Bob, tell him to get him out of here.
That's right, Timothy. Like I said, I have this deadly weapon.
Bob, that's a water gun. I thought you gave that to grandson Willie.
Grandson really didn't deserve this water gun. He didn't give me that 1,000 peppermint gun.
Willie didn't bring you that because he asked your doctor and he strongly told him not to.
That just means I need a new doctor. Maybe one that isn't telling me my cholesterol's too high. Like I'm not gonna eat 5 hamburgers a day.
Timmy spits on Mr. Steiner.
Timmy, did you spit on me? I'll get you for this.
Timmy walks away.
Bob, I have to say this because it needs to be said. But you aren't going to get him.
All right, writers, if you are in a chair, go ahead and move to where you're going. So we're going to ask for a little bit of audience participation if you would like. So one of the ways that we practice writing to show high stakes was with a game called 2 Chairs and a Goal. And we're going to show you how the game works. If you would like to get up and play with us after I explain it, feel free, but you can also watch and see how it works. So the people who are sitting in the chair here, Lorelei, Brenna, and Landon, their goal is to sit in the chair and not move. They want to stay in the chair. Your goal is to have them get out of the chair so that you can sit in the chair. Now, outside of the fact that you cannot physically touch anyone that's sitting in a chair, you are able to talk with them. And if they feel like it's appropriate, if you are giving them a good reason to get out of the chair, they will get up and have you sit in the chair. And then other people will try and convince you to get up out of the chair. So, for example, Mackenzie, can I grab you? So if you head over to Lorelei, what would be a potential thing that you might say to her to try and convince her to get up out of the chair?
I really want to sit there.
And so if I really want to sit there isn't enough to make her move, what could you do? What kind of tactic could you add on to it? What's another way?
Back a chair and I'll make a deal with you, okay? I will take out the trash and I'll do the dishes for you for a week.
That's a pretty good deal. So you all get the idea. You're not able to physically touch the people in the chair, but you've got about 30 seconds to see if you can try to get them up and out of your chair. Mackenzie's on the right track. If one tactic that you try doesn't work, how can you up the ante and try something else? Landon.
What's up?
There are 50 killer goats headed this direction, and they are headed in a straight path towards you. They're going to be here in 2 seconds. They're right there. You got to get up.
But like,
I can save you. If I sit in the chair, I can stop them. I'm strong enough. I'm older. They're right there. Now it's 1 second away. 3, 2,
That's
Killer
not how
goats!
long, that's not how long a second is, first of all. And I don't think it's possible that if I can get up now and you go here, how would you not die if it's like 50,000 goats? I feel like a straight line of 50,000 goats would never happen.
I'm concerned that you might already be a ghost because I saw those goats run straight over you and you just kept talking like nothing was happening. I think you need to go to the doctor and get checked out because you might be a ghost.
I'm sorry, but
Don't you care about your health?
My legs are broken and I can't get up.
And so on and so forth. And so you all can come back. Lorelai, you can come back. Brenna, you can come back. Let's all come back to the table. So this was a game that we played to work on raising the stakes. And what we found in a lot of our game was that the highest stake that we could get was the end of the world. That was a pretty big stake. And so we wrote monologues based on the end of the world. And so each person chose a verb. I need to blank the end of the world. And they wrote from the perspective of a character that they created based on that verb. So Lorelai, I'm going to get your mic turned up here in a minute, but why don't you go ahead and get your computer ramped up? So Lorelai and Kylan are going to share the monologues that they wrote based on that subject. And Lorelai is going to read, I need to understand the end of the world.
I need to understand what we did to deserve this. The gods are angered at us and are now taking away the world they have created for us. We have worshipped them since they gave us life. I have sacrificed all of my life for them. I have sacrificed my family for them. I apologize to everyone I have done bad to, and small things can make big scars. So many of us have. It appears I've just gotten a letter from the gods. And then, whoever it may concern, you have done everything in your power to deserve us. Therefore, you and others may have the choice to remain alive. You have rewarded us with your sacrifices, so we shall now reward you with the choice. We are proud of you. Signed, the gods. They heard me. All of this. This was worth it. I miss my wife and 4 kids sometimes, yes, but I will live for them. I will live the rest of my life to my fullest in their honor. I mean, I did basically viciously take their lives, but I had consent. Not to get dark now, but I will live. I want to thank you for being here all the time, listening to my annoying shields going on and on about my problems. But I guess it's my time now. Goodbye, and again, thank you.
And this was a prompt that really brought us a lot of conversation about we can create characters that have different viewpoints than we do and believe differently than we do. And in this case, Kylan chose a verb, celebrate. And so her monologue is, I need to celebrate the end of the world. But she was able to come at it from a very, she took it as, this is my character, this is the way that my character sees the event that is happening. All right, go for it, Kylan.
I can't believe it. The time has come. Yes, I feel so happy. I've never felt like this before. This feeling is amazing. I feel like laughing and smiling. The end of the world has finally come. I can celebrate this moment in joy and happiness. I can jump and feel the pain while I'm smiling. I don't have to feel this depressing feeling anymore. Mom, Dad, you can finally rest your worries about me. I am finally happy. I will meet you guys soon. I can't wait to show you what emotion I finally found. But before I leave this earth, I need to celebrate with some cake and party hats, and even some posters that say, yay, the end of the world. I thank God for this moment. Maybe if I shout loud enough, people will hear me and come celebrate with me. Although they are screaming and crying, I don't care right now. I feel special. And that they should come and celebrate with me because it's the end of the world. And they should be grateful that they are left with something wonderful from God.
All right, so while we're switching up here for Brenna, this is a scene called Forget. And this was one of the pieces that our K through 5th grade camp performed last Tuesday for their showcase. And the question that the campers came up with was, what if everything was the same? And so Brenna wrote this scene for them to perform with her idea that was based off of the question, what if everything was the same?
The setting is in a small cubicle. Mortem is a teenager, and scrolling through one of his social media apps, he finds a video.
There's nothing to do. This is boring. Huh. Charlie from my math class is pretending to have supernatural powers. Yeah, right. I'm the only one who knows about the chemical spill. It's real. That can't be. Charlie knows. All right, 2 can play at that game. But how can I convince him to take the video down? Or even forget it completely? I know, I can make a forgetting serum. That should fix everything.
Mortem mixes a few liquids to make a dark-colored one. He smiles to himself before exiting off stage right. Time skips to the next day at school. Mortem re-enters stage right, slowly walking through the stage while looking for someone. He holds a water bottle with the dark liquid from the previous scene, just in case he needs it. Then he spots Charlie.
Charlie! Charlie!
Mortem? Hello. You need anything? You don't talk to me that much.
I saw the video you posted. You should come with me so we don't get interrupted.
Oh, alright. But we will probably be late for period.
That's fine, the teacher has us up. Come on, let's go outside.
They cross to the stage to stay left, then stop. Notice that the door locks behind them.
What is this about, Mortem? I posted a bunch of videos last night.
Listen, I know that you know we have abilities. The oil spill into the water gave us power. My dad owns a business, as you know. We got the news when it happened, and one of our workers told us that he got telekinesis 2 hours after drinking the water. We paid people to not say anything. You have to take that video down. If this goes out to the public, things will get out of hand and people will panic. You have 2 options here. Either I can pay you $300 to take the video down and never talk about it again. That's the easy way. However, if you do end up blabbing about it again, we'll have to do the second option.
What's the second option?
I have made this forgetting serum. If you don't choose the first option, I will force you to forget about the powers.
So either I keep my mouth shut about it, or you will make me forget everything about it.
Correct.
You're sick. No one even saw my video.
It's at 120 views.
Okay, well, people probably won't even believe me.
I believed you, and that's enough to decide for other people.
This is a big decision. I can't.
You have to choose now. I'm running out of patience.
This is a lot of stress. How can you possibly expect me to?
10,
What? A countdown?
9,
I can't choose between hiding or forgetting.
8,
Please, can't there be another way?
7,
I have to delete the video. That's been both of my options.
6,
Charlie brings out their phone and deletes the video quickly.
5,
Charlie tries desperately to get inside the building.
Come on, why is it locked?
4,
I think I choose to forget.
finally. Okay, drink this. All of it.
Mortem hands Charlie the water bottle. Charlie opens it, timid. The smell is strong and makes Charlie disgusted.
It smells like old socks.
Drink it.
Fine. Gross.
After some hesitation, Charlie drinks the water.
It will take effect after a few minutes. You might get a headache. You lose your memories of this interaction and what you found out yesterday.
Okay, I'll see you later then.
Charlie tries the door again. It's still locked.
Can you unlock this?
It's locked. I don't have a key.
Scene end.
All right, so there's one more piece of writing that we're going to end the night with to balance out the kind of downer topic of the end of the world. We ended last time with the prompt of if only, and writers were able to take the prompt if only to describe whatever they thought would be fun to imagine. And Ariana worked on a piece where she created some ad copy for Grammarly's next YouTube campaign. If only Grammarly's ads were less annoying.
Writing is not that easy, but Grammarly can help. The sentence is grammatically correct, but its wording hard to read. It undermines the writer's sentence and the word choice is bland. I think I speak for everyone when I say Grammarly is a bit annoying, to say the very least. Even now, reading the script, Grammarly's saying my sentences are too wordy. Not sure how it can do that, but it is. Not even just that, the Grammarly ads imply all the suggestions come free, when the truth is, it's not. But hey, don't take it from me, download it yourself. Actually, you should probably buy the premium as well. Prove me wrong. What are you waiting for? Is this the script? Seriously? Whatever, I'm still getting paid. It's your company's downfall, not mine.
All right, well, thank you all so much for coming out on the last day of school before the big winter break. Coming back after break, we have Missoula's Children's Theater coming up with auditions on January 17th and performances on January 22nd. There will be a writer's room next year as well in the spring that will start in February and run through April. Now that we've had a chance to get one of these under our belts, we are talking today about potentially having a more long form piece that we write in the next one, something that could maybe be performed in our summer camps this summer, but we'll kind of take that as it comes with the group that we have at our next writer's room. But let's give this group one huge round of applause for starting something brand new. And to have sixth through eighth graders who are ready to come in and write for 2 hours after school every Wednesday is pretty awesome. So please give them some love on the way home because they've all really done an awesome job. So writers, you can grab your Chromebooks and your things from the back and then meet your families on stage. Everybody have a really wonderful holiday and we'll see you in 2022.